CBS 4 News has uncovered a never-before-seen contract issued by the Scott administration immediately after Hurricane Irma that dramatically raises the cost of cleaning up the Florida Keys. Before the storm, there were companies prepared to remove debris in Monroe County at rates that had been negotiated with county officials long before the storm hit. But rather than allow those companies to do the work, Governor Rick Scott and his Department of Transportation pushed through a separate emergency debris removal contract that is causing the state to pay much higher prices. So a tree stump that Monroe County pays $400 to remove costs the state $1,500. A CBS 4 News investigation found that as a result of the decisions made by the governor's administration, taxpayers will end up spending millions, if not tens of millions, more on debris removal in the Florida Keys. How did this happen? Well, here we'll tell you. 2 days after Hurricane Irma made landfall in the lower Keys, the governor's transportation secretary, Mike Dew, quietly issued an emergency invitation to bid to only a handful of companies, asking them to come up with a new set of prices to remove debris in the Keys. And while that may seem reasonable, after all, the Keys were devastated, what you have to know is that Monroe County, as well as cities such as Islamorada and Key West, already had contracts in place with companies to remove that debris. And if those companies couldn't keep up with the work, the Florida Department of Transportation had its own pre-existing list of companies to clear debris at rates that were negotiated before the storm. So what the governor and the transportation secretary did without any public announcement or open bidding process was disregard all those companies, knocking them to the side. The emergency invitation to bid went out on September 12th, and by 11 a.m. the next morning, it was over, and 2 companies were selected. Those 2 companies, MCM and Community Asphalt, now control nearly 2/3 of all of the debris removal in the Keys. And the rest is being cleaned up by a company called Ashbridge, the only firm that remains from the original set of companies in place before the storm. So how's it working? I went down to the Keys early this week to meet with the president of Ashbridge, Randy Perkins.
Yesterday, that truck right there was working for Ashbridge in Monroe County, and it was hired away from us this morning. So I lost another truck again today.
Your sticker's right on that truck.
It was working for us yesterday.
Randy Perkins, who founded Ashbridge in 1991, says his trucks and crews are being hired away by his competitors because the state is now paying them so much they can lure his crews away for more money.
We can show without a doubt that we have lost dozens and dozens of trucks that came here to work for us under Monroe County and jumped ship before even going to work. They were stopping them coming across the stretch, pulling them over and hiring them away from us.
So how much more is the state paying? A review of the contracts by CBS 4 News shows that under the governor's emergency bidding process, taxpayers are being charged anywhere from 3 to 10 times the rate Perkins is being paid under his Monroe County contract. Take, for example, refrigerators. Thousands of refrigerators were destroyed in the Keys because of Hurricane Irma. Under its contract with Monroe County, Ashbridge receives between $73 and $114 for every refrigerator it hauls out of the Keys. Under the governor's emergency DOT contract, Community Asphalt is paid $250 to remove a refrigerator from the Keys, while MCM is paid $969.
You can't even begin to justify how outrageous that one line item is.
The same goes for removing hazardous trees. The Monroe County contract pays Ashbridge $295 to remove a hazardous tree that measures 36 inches in diameter. That same tree, under the Scott administration's emergency contract, will cost taxpayers $1,500 if Community Asphalt removes it, and $1,950 if it is hauled off by MCM. A 32-foot boat that was destroyed in the storm and needs to be removed will cost taxpayers $3,200 under the contract Perkins has with the city of Key West. Under the emergency DOT contract, Community Asphalt will be paid by the state $16,000, and if MCM removes that boat, the company will receive $20,672. And for debris removal, Ashbridge is being paid half of what its competitors are being paid by the state. Tell me if I'm wrong, in order to keep some of your crews, you're paying them above the rate.
We are losing money every day, correct.
How much are you losing every day?
It's significant.
Millions?
It's significant.
Are you at risk of going out of business?
We have monumental challenges right now. I want the governor to know we're going to survive this.
In response to our report, the governor's office issued the following statement. Following a request for assistance from Monroe County, and because it was absolutely critical to clear roadways in the Florida Keys so families could begin to rebuild their lives, the governor directed the Department of Transportation to immediately begin debris removal in Monroe County and activated 400 National Guard members for the same purpose. Through this process, FDOT entered into emergency debris removal contracts, which they must do to have personnel and equipment to clear roads. Although not required to do so due to the state of emergency, FDOT went above and beyond emergency procurement requirements to competitively solicit multiple bids from pre-qualified vendors that could safely and efficiently respond to Monroe County's immediate debris removal needs. Likewise, Community Asphalt would not comment on their pricing, also referring questions to the Department of Transportation. A DOT spokesman said that the higher prices were based on a variety of factors, and the emergency contracts were needed because, again, Monroe County requested help. We will have more on this in a moment. For its part, MCM issued a statement. In general, our rates were determined through a public bidding process, with MCM basing its bid prices on internal estimates, resources, logistics, and rates received from subcontractors, considering the difficulties of working in the Florida Keys, coupled with the devastation caused by Harvey and Irma and the several emergency declarations issued throughout the U.S., which severely impacted available resources. Now, we should also note that Perkins and Ashford is having their own issues around the state. Attorney General Pam Bondi has issued a subpoena for records from Ashford and is investigating the company for possible price gouging during the storm. Perkins denies the allegations. Now, up next, so did Monroe County request this emergency contract as the governor and the Department of Transportation claim? When we come back, we talk to Monroe County Administrator Roman Gastasi.